What's going on, people? It's a flying modem casual gamer that likes to play competitively. Today we got a dual con with my friend OvertureSoul.
What's up, guys?
So
Thanks for
we got
having
a
me.
oh yeah, no problem at all. This is a good friend I met on another show that I did recently, and we're going to talk about the future of gaming,
Yep.
and we just hope you enjoy.
Yeah, for me, I feel like it's going to start becoming more of a free to play like style market. I feel like more games are becoming free to play and freemium. You have to pay in order to get better or to get certain things. I just feel like that's the way we're going.
I feel like the game is going to be in a better kind of aspect than free to play. Like instead of giving us a whole game free and then charging us microtransactions,
Yeah.
they're going to split the game into three parts. So let's take Call of Duty for example, right?
Yeah.
You got let's go. So you got Extinction, you have multiplayer, you have the campaign.
Yeah.
So what if they split these three up and then charge you $20 for each part, and you only pay for the parts you want? So if you only wanted multiplayer, you'll pay $20 for that, and so on and so forth. And if you wanted the DLC, they would charge you individually for that, and the microtransactions and blah blah blah. So I think that's where they're going to go with that, or at least that's where I would like for them to go with that.
That's I've never heard of that point before. That's interesting. The only thing that I think would have a problem with that is so many people are going to buy just the multiplayer aspect and ignore the campaign and other stuff. And I mean, I know people still play that, but the majority of people don't, and that's going to result in more of the team being focused into multiplayer and less of the team being focused into the other ones.
What's interesting about that you feel that way, there was a study done not too long ago about who bought Black Ops 2 and how many people signed on for like online purposes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it actually measured out to be 1/3 of the people only played multiplayer out of the 3/3 of the people who bought the game. So
Oh,
2/3
really?
of people bought it for other reasons than multiplayer.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. Usually when I
Yeah.
ask people, they don't even play it. Like for me, I'm different. I play it. I get the game and I have to beat the campaign before I play multiplayer. Like that's my
Yeah.
mission because I will never go back to single player once I start it.
Exactly. I play every aspect of the game too, and it's funny because you say you like everybody you talk to, you're like, oh yeah, I don't even play the campaign, and it's like we can't even talk to the people. We can't talk to everybody, for sure. We can't talk to everybody who bought the game, but we can't even talk to the people who aren't online.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to get a read on who's actually buying the game for multiplayer only and so on and so forth. But like this came straight from the consoles database and all that.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like
Yeah, that was a crazy statistic. I was like blown away by that because on YouTube, multiplayer is this big thing, and no one really talks about the single player. But someone came out with this statistic and showed us. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
All right. Okay.
So what else do you think? Sorry to cut you off, but what else do you think is the future of gaming? Like,
Well, I feel like it's gonna start going away from consoles a little bit. I feel like we're gonna get into a place where PCs are becoming more affordable, and they're gonna find ways to get people from the console over to PC because PC is such an open console. You can customize it. You can use a controller, and I feel
Yeah.
like if developers, put the work into getting that transition over to players that go from a controller to a keyboard and mouse, that would definitely make things easier.
I think the future of gaming is going to be like a split between your preferred platform, and every preferred platform is going to have its exclusives, but the multi-platform games like Call of Duty are going to have one server, and every platform can play on that one server. So PS3 can play with Xbox and Xbox One and the PS4 and PC and so on and so forth, and we'll all just play together on that one server. That's where I think it should head.
Oh, cross-platforming, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about exclusive games, like console exclusive? Like, do you think that the future is having Halo 5 only be on Xbox platforms and never on anything else ever? Like, do you think it should be like that for pride's sake, or do you think that they should try and reach a better audience and make more money along with it?
It's hard to say because when you come into like selling gaming consoles, you need a selling point. Like, well, why should I buy this over a PS4? So it always comes down to, well, we got Halo 5, and the PS4 doesn't have Halo 5. So if you want to play Halo 5, you got to have an Xbox One. So I definitely think it shouldn't, but then again, I think there should be games that are cross-platforms where we all just play on this one server together. And like you on your PS4, when I have an Xbox One, I can still play with you, and you know we can even add each other as friends. But you be on your PS4 and I'll be on the Xbox One.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, that makes sense. What's your feelings on the Steam box? Do you think that's going to be something that console players are going to want to go towards?
No, and because of the price tag, like we as consumers, like people come up with these statistics and why PC is better and so on and so forth, and it's left to like preference, but the average consumer isn't tech savvy,
yeah,
and they're not into building stuff on their own and so on and so forth. So something being pre-built and at a cheaper price, people go for quantity over quality in most cases when it comes to how much money is being spent. So I think people who are interested in PC but want a console would get it, but people who aren't tech savvy won't get it.
Yeah, because they won't know what it is.
Exactly.
They want to go to Xbox because they're sponsored by Doritos and Monster Energy, and like they see them on the news all the time.
Yeah, and then it's cheaper. I believe Steam boxes are gonna be like $1,000 at the least, and
actually, like they're being made by a whole bunch of different developers. They go like all over the place. There's one I think that's $450, and the highest one I think is $4,500. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but like yeah, the numbers range. Like you get to choose, but
see, and then that's another thing with these Steam boxes. Like for you to have different models, like let's say they came with different models of Xbox One, and one Xbox One had a least amount of RAM and so on and so forth. Now you have the developers have to develop games for the least amount of RAM, and now these other games have RAM that's not even being used and stuff like that. And that's where I don't like the whole PC aspect. And I think consoles shine more because you know exactly what's in the console. You can program it and use as much as you need to and so on and so forth and just build your game.
So you feel like there should be only one like resolution, one like graphic type, like one set amount of power that each console has to use to make the game.
Exactly. So we'll take Call of Duty Ghosts for example, and on the PS4 it's at 1080p 60 frames per second, and on Xbox One is 720p at 60 frames per second. Now I honestly think this is Microsoft's fault for like the usage of their system, but overall, like I would program a game for whatever console has the least amount of power.
Yeah.
Or specs or whatever, like whatever has the least greatest specs or whatever, and program it for that. So when we port it over to the other console, it runs even smoother than what it was running on the other console. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a pretty what's the word, like untechnical way to like say it. But yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Like that's also a very good argument towards there being only one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like when you play PC games, like I'll say, I have minimum and maximum settings. And a lot of people like to go like, I can do this on maximum settings, and it's cool that you can do that. But not everybody has the PC to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Not a lot of people know what that means. Like when I first built a PC, like they're like anti-aliasing. What is that? VSync. What is that? Like, is that good? Should I have it on?
I was trying to get into PC gaming, man, and I just couldn't. I'm trying to ask people for help on like how to build one and so on and so forth, and not everybody can tell me. And then the assholes who are PC elitists, they tell you Google it.
Yeah,
like that's not really helping me.
They're like, that's what I did. You should do it too because I don't believe in sharing information. Yeah.
So with game console, you just buy your game console, you buy your game, and you play.
Yeah,
that's where it shines.
That's the simple. Like if you're like just want to get the gaming, just right down to it. That's what you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right. Do you have any other last things you want to cover in this?
Yeah. So, what do you think about mobile games and its future?
I feel like mobile gaming is just going to get bigger with cell phones like iPhones and Androids and all that other stuff getting bigger. I feel like those games are going to start looking better. They're going to start playing better, and they're just going to sort of bridge the gap between consoles and handheld, like a 3DS or something like that. I feel like if they keep going the path that they're going, we're gonna start seeing console-like quality on tablets and stuff. I feel like that's you don't think so?
No, I agree with you.
Oh, okay.
But just to go a little bit in depth with it, I think what's going to start happening, somebody's going to develop a way for you to plug your phone into like a TV monitor, and then that TV monitor has a controller plugged to it.
Yeah.
And so basically your phone would be the system,
power source. Yeah, like it's a power source.
The hard, the RAM, and all that. And basically you'll play the game from your phone, but it'll be on the screen, and you will have a controller and so on and so forth. I think that's where it would be for the future of mobile gaming. Not so much playing mobile games on your phone, because like it's a tiny screen and it's only so much you can do. But hardware wise, like my iPhone right now, it has a gig of RAM. Mm-hmm. It has, I think 1.0 or no, like a 1.5 or something like that. It has a dual core. It's a pretty powerful PC, quote unquote, and it's way better than what these older consoles like the Xbox and the Nintendo Wii and all of that stuff. It has better specs than that. So I think the phones are definitely capable of playing games like CoD and stuff like that, as long as they have a platform to display it on.
Yeah, like some phones have like 8 cores, like processing. Like that's just crazy.
Exactly. And it is so small, like it's crazy to think that like my phone in comparison to a computer, my phone is on a level of one of my older laptops. Okay. And it's crazy because the laptop, bigger, supposed to be more powerful, so on and so forth, but this phone has better specs.
Yeah. That's
crazy.
All right, well, that's probably all of our topics for today.
Yeah, definitely. So, thank you for watching, everybody. Again, if you want to check out OvertureSoul, his link will be in the description. I hope y'all enjoyed the gameplay and the topics, and I'll see y'all later, y'all. Anything else, Overture?
Thank you guys for checking us out. We'll try and be posting up more of these, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
It was definitely cool talking to somebody about this stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll catch you guys later.
Peace.